What is going on, guys? It's SJHSports and welcome back to another Football Manager 2021 video. Your support on these videos over the last week or so have been incredible. The views might not be there, but people are still watching my videos on YouTube and people are still coming into my streams and stuff. This is basically a foundation ready for me to go ham when FM 2022 comes out. If it is your first time around here, boys, remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and also leave a like on the video. That will be greatly appreciated. As you have probably guessed from the title of this video, this is going to be a mini-series that is going to run alongside our Weymouth save, which is basically... I just wanted just to put more content out there for YouTube and stuff, and get my name out there and stuff. I know there's a lot of people on Twitter that have made it big in Football Manager, and that is my end goal, is to make it big, to be recognised as a Football Manager content creator. Because I've tried FIFA, it didn't work. UFC worked for me, but that went up in smoke because I took out the game mode that I played. But cracking on with this video, how this series is going to work is one season wonder. Basically, we take charge of a club for one season only. This episode, you're going to find out what our club is, and we're going to play the first two games of the episode as well. However, we're going to choose the squad that we're going to manage for the one season wonder. Is we're going to let FM decide for us. It's going to be a Premier League team. Right now, at recording, as you can see, it's live. I don't know what that team's going to be, so I'm going to record this, then we're going to do some graphic work for the thumbnail and stuff like that. Part of me, just very quickly, and I need your input on this, is the one season wonder. As I've explained, it's just going to be one season. We're a manager of a football club for one season. Now, I don't know whether to carry on the save. So after, let's just say, for argument's sake, the first team we choose is Leeds United, which is a football club that I support. We take over Leeds. End of the season, us with Leeds is finished. Now, I don't know whether to keep that save going, let other clubs come in for us as a manager, and that could end up as being abroad, it could end up as being in the Championship, League 1, League 2, whichever it may be, to carry on that save as a whole, so we go through the years, so we can end up in like 2020, 30 at one point, or let you guys decide in the comments below what team I should do next and restart the save as a fresh. Let me know on that, boys. I've got an idea in my head which I'd rather do, but I'm going to let you guys, as viewers, what you want to see on this. We're going to click and start a new game. We're going to go to career, and we are going to load up the leagues that we need for this. If we go to advanced, I'm going to put the database on large as well for this, which it's already selected. This is the preset already. There is some teams, there is some leagues loaded, but there isn't the leagues that I want loaded. I don't think the German league's not loaded. We want that loaded. Ignore this. This is just a save file. I don't know exactly. It's something from the Malaysia Super League. The transfers as well will be not transfers. Sorry, the promotions will be done in the Premier League as well. So that will be interesting to see. So let's take a look at what else we need in terms of leagues. Then we'll go with Scotland as well. Wales, Spain. As long as the major nations are selected, I'm not too bothered about. So just to confirm then, we're going Sky Bet League 2 and above. We're going for the French, the national, basically the top league and above as well. So they're So just to confirm then, we have got the English Sky Bet League 2 and above. The French league, we're going to go with... Actually, we'll go with this one and above. League 2 BKT and above. The Bundesliga 2 and above. Dutch, we're going to go with... basically that one, which is the league below the... I can't say that word. We'll just call it the Dutch Premier. We'll go for Scotland. We'll go League 2 and above as well. La Liga, Smart Bank and above. And then we'll go for the Welsh. Well, I don't really know much Welsh football, to be quite honest with you. So who knows what that may be. Right, I'm going to load this up now and we're going to back with you when we allow Football Manager to create our save for us, our team. We've set up our profile then, name Stuart, surname SJH. I could put my surname in because you guys know it already, but we're just going to leave it as SJH for this one. This is what we're going to look like. Doesn't really look like me. The only thing close it looks like me is the glasses. The hairdo's not like that because I don't have any hair hardly. We're happy with that, the appearance, we're happy with that. We're going to choose team. Now what we're going to do is, for example, we do have a lot of leagues loaded in this. We're going to click this, pick a team for me. The first Premier League club that comes up is going to be the team that we do. However, there's one Premier League club that isn't allowed on this save, and this is this team, because I can't manage Manchester United being a Leeds fan. I could rip them to the ground. I could play the under-18s in Premier League games and stuff, but then I ended up getting the sack by probably October and December time. So we're not going to do that. We're going to pick the team for us. And the first Premier League club we will be, as you can see, Brentford, Watford and Norwich are in the Premier League. Championship-wise, there is Sheffield United. So I've done the relegations and promotions that are going to happen on FM22. So we've done it for this save only. So we could end up being Norwich, we could end up being Watford, we could end up being Brentford. We're going to do this. We're going to pick a team for us, the first Premier League club, without the exception of Manchester United. No disrespect to Manchester United fans, I just don't want to be managed Manchester United. The first Premier League club, as you can see, I've got a lot of leagues loaded, and we're going through M&S, Dutch, Scottish, Sky Bet Championship. It's going to take forever, isn't it? It's going to take forever. Sky Bet League One, Oxford. Good save to start with, Oxford. I've done an Oxford save in the past. Can we have as Premier League club, please? Sky Bet Championship. Premier League. Oh, it's Burnley. We've got to do Burnley. Okay, so they want us to play direct football. They want us to play defensive, solid football and develop players within the club's youth system. Managerial style, then I'm going to click these here. They're already suggested. Suggested badge based on Burnley. We're going to do that. Sorry, Sean Dyche, but you have been stripped to the manager of Burnley, and there's a new man in town, Stuart SJH. So Burnley have today confirmed the appointment of Stuart SJH as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment. You guys know all this. I'm on 50 grand a week. Wow, that's quite a lot of money. If we go to next, this is a background of Burnley. I would say Burnley are probably a well-established club. They predict us to finish 16th. We've got technical and Mike Rigg and assistant manager. We'll have to look at that as well. But we are going to we're going to do our best to get out to sell players, to get players into the club and stuff like that. They finished 10th last season. Okay, so we'll go to next. This is our favourite starting 11. Then we have got Pope in goal, Lawton, Tarkowski, Ben Mee, Charlie Taylor, who I'm a massive fan of, McNeil, Westwood, Corkin, Goodmunson, Wood and Barnes. That is probably the best 11. That's what they reckon. We'll take a look at that later on. If we go next, this is our objectives then, is to play direct football, which I mentioned already, and play solid defensive football. End of the current season is to avoid a relegation battle, to reach the 5th round of the FA Cup and to reach the 4th round minimum of the Carabao Cup. See, my contract expires at the end of the season. It doesn't matter, even if they come in for a new deal for us, I will be resigning at the end of the season, because this is what this series is about. We'll click on next on that. We'll click confirm. Basically, yeah, that is that. I need to go save this up. I'm going to take a look at the players. Well, actually, we'll go through the squad first before we go any further to see what positions we may need. So let's take a look at some of our best players. And obviously Nick Pope, he's actually wanted by Brighton as a transfer. He's 28 years old. He is our best player according to the ability. Can I not? Oh, okay, maybe I can't. Then we've got James Tarkowski, Dwight McNeil. McNeil's only 20 years old. He would look, I think, whoa, he looks pretty good. He's going to be definitely a key player for us. Charlie Taylor as well, our left back. Chris Wood, our striker. Jack Cork is injured. How long's Jack Cork out for? 4 to 6 months. That's not good. Goodmunson, Kevin Long as well. But they've got an okay squad. Players like Will Norris, Jimmy Dunn, Phil Bardsley will probably leave. Bailey Peacock-Farrell will probably leave. Matt Lawton. We'll just have to see what we can do with this side. In terms of finances, then, we have got £10.6 million to spend on players. We've got a scouting budget of 720k and a wage budget just under £1,000 shy of £1 million. I'm happy with that. If I go to team report, then let's just skip all this. I know that. This is the formation we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing a direct counter-attacking style of football. This is our best 11 for our formation. So looking at that already, I feel we need 2 decent wingers or inside forwards. Back line, probably another centre back maybe. We'll have to see how things are going. Squad depth, then we just have a look at this. See, we've got some okay strikers. Probably Vidra will probably go. If I filter this out, can I do minimum ability 3-star? and then it gives us a better idea of who's. We've got 4 players with 3-star ability. I would like a 4-star striker up there. But looking at the central midfield positions, Jack Cork, Ashley Westwood, probably, we might even need another centre midfielder. Definitely a defensive midfielder as well. Jack Cork can play. He's our best midfielder, basically, in centre midfield. So we have to work out what his best position is. You can see he's actually a pretty decent player. He is 31 years old, though. So, as you know, I don't like my 30-year-olds. Defender left, Ben Mee. He can play on the left as well. Charlie Taylor. I'm sure Charlie Taylor could play better than that. But we need another goalkeeper as well because we've got Nick Pope. So there is a lot of work to be done with Burnley. I'm excited to see how it goes and everything else like that. We have got the transfer budget as well. Actually, very quickly, skip this. I'm not interested. I know all about this. We've got some players coming through, but again, because it's only going to be a short-term save, I don't think these guys will feature. Take a quick look at us under-23 squad in terms of potential. But Bobby Thomas is a centre-back that is actually out on loan again at Barrow. Okay. And we've got a 17-year-old striker as well. Ability is not great. Potential-wise, pretty decent. But Adam Phillips, he's on loan at Accrington Stanley. Doesn't look too bad. But yeah, that's a report. You guys will see us doing some transfers. There's transfer history. Ben Gibson, what's this? He joins on the 1st of the 7th. So Ben Gibson joins us on the 1st of the 7th, and he's a centre-back, and he looks a great player. Okay. Oh no, he's going out. I'm confused. What's this? On loan at Norwich. Okay, so sorry, he's on loan at Norwich, and he's actually joining for 8 million, so hopefully we get all of that. So that gives us 18 million budget. Transfer clauses, there's nothing that we can do there. Unfortunately, can't sell any transfer clauses to get some more profit in. We may have to do that towards January. It may allow us to do that. Fixtures-wise, our first Premier League game is against Aston Villa away from home, and play Tottenham and then Manchester United, which is it's a pretty tough start. Spurs and Man United. But yeah, we'll see how we get on with this save. And I'm going to go now. I'm going to do some transfers, sell some players, get me scouts out looking for players. And I will be right back with you guys just before the Villa game, and we'll go through all the transfer stuff. I think what we'll do is we'll just show the Aston Villa game for this episode, and then we'll crack on with the episode off of record, and then I'll be back probably somewhere around the Brentford-Leeds game, somewhere along those lines. But anyway, I'll be back with you guys in just a little while. Okay, we're back then. It is the game before Aston Villa, the opening game of the season. We're away in this tie. But first, we've got some transfer news to tell you about. I haven't really managed to do that many transfers. There's been a couple of players that have come in, and there's a couple of players that have come out. But I found it really difficult with a budget of £10 million to try and get the balance right with players and stuff. So, transfers. We'll go to transfer history. We'll ignore that just for now. I'll explain that in a second. We've managed to bring in 3 players so far. We're bringing a centre-back in Nordveit from Hoffenheim for £2.4 million. We just wanted to strengthen up the centre-back position. And what attracted me to this guy as well was that he can play in the defensive midfield position as well. So that's the reason why we brought him in. Only 3-star. I would have liked it to have been a bit more on the stars, but I feel that it was an okay deal in terms of the finances that was involved in the deal. So he's got good long throws as well at 18. I'm hoping he's going to be a decent player for us. He is Norwegian. Then the second player we signed was for a whopping £7.5 million. So I already spent my transfer budget on 2 players. We got these in early on, and we signed we signed a striker in Bruno Petrovic. I think that's how you say his name. 4-star up front. He's 25 years old. He is valued at £17.5 million. So because he's moved from, who did I sign him from? Dynamo Zagreb. He has literally. Oh my God, Stu, you're having an absolute mare. Let me go back onto him. Sorry about that. So his price has actually increased by 10 million because he's a Premier League player now, and Premier League player prices do. Inflate is probably the right word to use for that. But the only thing that's disappointing about this guy is he's finishing. He's only 12, but he's 25 years young. He's a Croatian. He's looking like a decent player. Good penalty takers, good technique, good strength as well as what we want in a guy that we're going to probably, with the system we're going to play with one up front, pretty much most of the season. That's what we got in. Then we signed this guy. It was a bit of a weird one, but what attracted me to him is that he can play across pretty much all the attacking positions, and we signed this guy on a bargain. 800k, it could rise to 950k, as you can see there. I just thought this guy's an absolute steal for what his attributes say. Young, 25, looks pretty good throughout. Again, good penalty taking, but he can play in a number of positions, so he will be our versatile player. Only 3-star again, but we'll see how he fares on. So those are the 3 that we're in. Players out then, you can have a look here. We got rid of a load of players on loan that was just coming in for him. We managed to sell Robbie Brady for 5.75 million to Celtic. It's a tricky one because if you look at my scouting report, he's a championship player, so that's why I got him out, and he was earning our wages. Oh my lord, why is he doing this? He was earning quite a lot of money, but again, he could play in different positions. He's 28 years old, so to get 5 million for him, I am pretty happy with that deal, just so it can help us get in other players and whatnot. Then we sold Eric Peters. He is a decent player. He's pretty decent. We did sell him for pretty cheap, to be fair. He's 32 years old. He plays at left back, but we have Charlie Taylor for that position, and they're signing for just under £1 million, but it could rise to 1.1 million. And another loanee again has gone out, but there's only been 2 departures. If we go to our transfers and what we're expecting to come in at the minute, this guy Mendy, I actually did get accepted. He's on the transfer list. I did accept him. He's valued way too much for me at the minute. So we're looking for a loan offer with a purchase to buy him at the end of the season for 17.5 million, which, to be fair, we won't see him. We won't actually physically sign him. So I thought that was a good deal for us. Again, he can play in that centre midfield or defensive midfield position. And he's a good player in real life. I really, really highly recommend him as a player. He's one guy that I do like watching. Mendy, 28 years old. Hopefully he can come in on loan. Going out, I've tried to get rid of Matej Vidra. Chris Wood, Wolves came in for him for £12 million, and I thought that's a bit of a mistake when he's valued at 19 million. Newcastle want him, so I may end up selling him in the near future or in January. But for the time being, Chris Wood remains at the club. So then we've got match day. Then we're going to go to team selection. We are playing Aston Villa. This is the starting 11 we're going with. This is what formation we're playing, a 4-3-3. I have tweaked some of these in possession tactics. I'll just quickly show you this. I've gone to hit early crosses. I've looked to overlap on the left. Passing style, I've gone more direct. In fact, I'm going to go more direct because it's more of a counter-attacking. It's more of a counter-attacking tactic. Is this tempo I've put up to extremely high as well in transition. So if we have a look at this, we can see we're looking to counter, and we're looking to counter press as well when we have lost possession. We've left that at the minute, distribute to player area, we're just going to leave that. And then out of possession, we are running a bit of a high line, so we're going to see how that goes. We may drop it down to somewhere like here, but we're going to go for that for now. We tweak the tactics as and when we go along. So the starting 11 then, we've got Popingo, we've got Lowton, Tarkowski, Novite and Taylor, our back four. Westwood's in the advanced. Actually, I'm going to make this guy here a deep line playmaker and support, I think. Actually, no, we'll go defend. Make sure it's defend. Stevens is a ball-winning midfielder in midfield, and we've also got another, what's this? Box-to-box midfielder. We're going to put, actually, I'm going to put him as an advanced playmaker and support just because he's a new signing. I want to see how he fares with. He's more attacking minded. That role may suit him. I'm looking to try and sign some wingers as well, but McNeil's pretty decent. He looks all right. His stats are actually going down. He's only young as well, so he's valued at £20.5 million. So we're looking at him in the inside forward position. In fact, I'm going to change that to a winger and support. Gudmundsson on the right hand side as a winger as well. He's okay. He's 29, pretty decent. And we've got a new man up front in Petkovic. Up front as an advanced striker. I've not actually looked at this. He could play deep line, complete forward. Actually, we're going to do that. We'll give him as a complete forward. Again, we are going to change the tactics and tweak things as we go along. We may not even use this tactic at all, but it's just how it goes. The first game of the season. Let's see what we can do. Is this all going to be all messed up for me? Oh my god, I don't The commentators are in place and ready to go. Let's get into the match. Yes, I know all this. Why? Let me click that. There we go. Let me just make sure that this is right. Sideline cameras, camera height. We're going to go for that. Camera zoom. Oops. We're zooming quite a bit. We're going to show the key highlights. I'll put replays on. We've got sounds on, but you guys won't hear the sound, unfortunately. It's just because of how I've got it set up for streaming and stuff like that, just in case I'm running some audio. And, okay, FM's actually glitched on me, and we had an early... Was it us that had an early chance? I don't even know what was going on then, to be honest. Why is this staying on my screen? We are away from home. We are playing in the... He's off, surely offside, man. Why is this staying up? I don't like this. This is really frustrating me. We're looking to build an attack. Westwood. Will you go away? It's obviously glitched, hasn't it? It's obviously glitched out. Match speed's fine. Come on, man. I just use... What's he given? He's given a penalty. I can't see what is going on. Can I... Oh, there we go. There we go. And it's a penalty. Did it even go to VAR? Didn't even actually check. It's Ross Barkley to take it. Scores, and we're 1-0 down already. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Ross Barkley scores from the penalty spot to give Aston Villa the lead in the 10th minute. Let's go to demand more from our players. My objective is to literally avoid relegation. We'll see. But Grealish is a man to watch out for. McGinn, what is Nick Pope doing? We're 2-0 down after 21 minutes. What was Nick Pope doing? Right, we're going to play on the positive style now. We are going to play on the positive style. Can we get one back? Ball played into the box, cleared away, and Douglas Lewis in possession as Villa looking at hit us on the break with Traore on the right-hand side, running out of defenders. Oh, it's a good tackle, but he's not got the ball. McGinn, Watkins. It's 3. It's going to be a long, long one season with Burnley if this is how the games are going to fare. It could get worse. Barkley. Grealish. Traore. Where's his defence? Whew, another let-off. We may need to tweak the tactics at half-time. We've got 2 preloaded tactics as well. This is my tactic, and I'm a bit blue in the face, to be honest. But there's Mings will head away. Taylor's got another chance. Oh, it's a debut goal for Bruno Petkovic. Heads home. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's a 4-goal thriller in the opening 40 minutes of this game. And that, a goal back just before half-time is great. Lovely stand, that. Lovely stand. I expect a better showing in the second half, just to show you guys as well the tactics that I am rocking with. I'm going with this, which has done me so well on Weymouth. I'm a bit reluctant to use that because obviously on Weymouth, and we've got this one here. Actually, I may play that. Stevens, wait, it's all over the place. Why? Right, so if I do this, I can do that. Deep line playmaker. We could even push him up there slightly. Ball winning midfielder and support. Westwood's on a yellow. Let's have a look at this guy here. We could go with a defensive midfielder and defend. Again, I'm going to have to make these wingers, unfortunately. Inside winger. Inverted winger, sorry. Inside winger. Inverted winger. We'll leave that. We'll leave that as it is. We've got plenty of options on the bench. I think Josh Brownell's a pretty decent player who can play in the centre of midfield. I think we do that. I'm quite happy with that. Let's go to dressing room again. Let's start the second half. Maybe I should have left my tactic as it was, but we're 3-1 down. I have to do something. I have to tweak it. We're on the mentality attacking now as well to try and get ourselves back in this game. As we have a highlight. Westwood. Gudmundsson. Stevens. McNeil. We're playing really good stuff this. Charlie Taylor. Penalty referee. Petrovic will pick up the loose ball. Got it back from Taylor. Cross. Oh, and it's just gone over the bar. It was it, how do you say his name? Tanase, I think that's how you say his name, Tanase. Good game going on at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 3, Crystal Palace 2. Right, let's make a change there. We're going to bring Brownell on for Stevens. Can Brownell play in that position? He can. We'll leave that as it is. See, we don't really have any players that I can bring on that will play on the wings. Good save by Pope there. Should really pause it when I'm doing stuff like that, to be fair. But Brownell's on, Stevens is off. Lawton is injured, so we're going to bring him off for Dunn. This needs to be league table. Make sure we got everything right. This needs to be our, not shot map. Trezeguet for Villa going forward. No one's going to go close him down. He's just running through us all. Easy for a keeper of Nick Pope's quality is that. Gudmundsson on for J. Rodriguez. Oh, J. Rodriguez can play on the wing. Duh. Didn't actually see that. We'll do that. It's a corner to Villa. Into injury time it is. We're not looking like we're going to get anything from this game. Could end up getting sacked, which would be a catastrophe. Rodriguez, play it. McNeil, we're on the break. McNeil shot is dragged wide. Okay, the positives is that from that second half, we didn't concede. The negative is that we lost 3-1, but we didn't concede. Nick Pope got man of the match for the game. And 31 minutes in, 3-0 down. It could and probably should have been a lot worse with that. But we're a new manager. There's new players. We need to settle in. We need to bed into the team and stuff. But it is what it is at the minute. We'll work on things. And that is going to wrap up the first episode, boys. Sorry that we didn't manage to pick up any points, but out of the randomness of the team which FM picked for us, Burnley, it wouldn't be my preferred choice, but we're going to do it. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to hopefully get things. I'd be happy to finish. I think that obviously he's relegated. They want us to avoid relegation, but I feel like we could do slightly better. But we will see. We'll see what happens as the season goes on. Taking a look at the schedule, then there has been the draw for the Carabao Cup second round tie. We play Blackpool away, and I'll probably play a few of these games. I'll probably go up to the Brentford game. We'll show you the Leeds and Norwich games because those are 6-pointers. Leeds have just come up from the Premier League, and also Norwich as well, and Brentford. So these here, we're hoping to pick up points against these sort of teams that are in and around us most, and hopefully we could cause a shock against Spurs and Manchester United. I'm not looking forward to those games. We could have 3 games on the board and not a single point, but we'll see how we go. Thank you very much for watching, boys. I've been SJH Sports, and I will see you on another video very, very soon, and goodbye.